mom called me up and was like, hey, would you like to adopt still? And I said yes.
That's what you said, right?
Cost us 1,500 Western Samoan Tala to do the adoption portion. Thessaly is my biological family. Everyone automatically assumes it's Ola because he's Samoan. Thessaly was legally ours in Samoa
Since December 2019.
If you want to come to Samoa and you live in the US, you can. You just cannot stay past 90 days unless you have citizenship here in this country. Do you plan to adopt more kids? Ola songs?
Don't let the videos of Thessaly fool you, okay? The girl is crazy.
So make sure you're emotionally ready to take on this process. It's not easy. Good antioxidant, so I'm not gonna try to drink it all right now. I'm gonna have a good antioxidant. Traumatic for all of us. It was very emotional, it was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, we almost gave up and we're like, maybe we should give her back. Kiss. French kiss. As a parent, you choose when it's right for you to discuss it with your child. Nobody else should take that away from you. Are you guys allowed to take baby to the States for a holiday? Hi, Aki. We're the Romero-Sio Aiga. Hi guys! Good morning guys, we are the Romero-Sio Aiga. Thank you so much for clicking on our video. This is officially our Q&A video. We're on our way to take Thessaly over to school and then we're going to make a few stops. We're going to take you on probably the most unorganized Q&A just because we only got 3 hours while baby's in school to film, and all the places we want to hit up to get some food and answer your questions is all over the place. So we're just gonna take you around, show you some of our favorite snacks, cheap food, and our top-notch like favorite food we like to eat. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you subscribe, help our channel grow, share our adoption journey with those who are in the same boat or those who love Samoa. For all our current subscribers, we love you guys. Thank you so much for always supporting and always commenting. Thank you so much. So don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and join our journey here in Samoa with our adoption. We love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Okay, love you. Bye. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye. Starting our questions and answers to our Q&A here at ENT's. This is one of our favorite things here is their tiramisu. It's so beautiful, very decadent, and a good old cup of joe, some coffee. Ola started way before. He doesn't understand that you gotta wait, but it's all good. We're trying to group these together so we stay on theme and don't steer off a topic too much, because you know I love to do that. By the way, thank you guys so much for sharing your questions about our adoption journey. We really do appreciate it. In total, combining some of the questions, we got 43. These are questions we got on our TikTok and our YouTube, so we just combined them and doing them here. So the first question was, what inspired you to adopt? Is there anything you wish you had known then to help the process or make the transition smoother? All right, background story really quick, some context. Ola and I have been married 12 years, going on 13 next year, and we've been unable to conceive. I've always yearned to be a mother. I've always had that feeling like I was meant to be a mom, just like anyone else. And me and Ola, we were content for the most part of our marriage. We always talked about it. We checked our fertility, found out things, and we're just like, man, it sucks. We thought of foster caring. We went through the classes. We didn't have the heart, and at the time we weren't capable of taking on that responsibility at that time. So baby kind of came to us sporadically. My mom called me up and was like, hey, would you like to adopt still? And I said yes, and that led us here. So I think it's always just been that yearning of wanting a family. I want to say I personally had a more stronger yearning for that than Ola did. He was like, if it happens, it happens, where I was like, no, we got to make it happen. So that's, making a family, having a family. What do I wish I had known then to help the process or make the transition smoother? I wish I knew how to deal with trauma better, because I didn't realize how much I would have to face with Thessaly. And part of me feels selfish for that now, but grateful that we've made it through that. That's kind of what I wish I would have known. This is really good. Look at that. It's beautiful. All right, this one's Ola's question. Hey, don't mind the rooster in the back and all the lovely sounds of Samoa. What happens after 2 years on the legal side?
After the 2 years, we get to file for alien relative petition. That's what you said, right?
Sorry, I do most of all the adoption stuff, so Ola forgets the names. An alien relative petition. That's what we file for after we have 2 years with baby. So we have to have her legally in our custody for 2 years. So we have to live with baby for 2 years and prove that we have been her parents and that we've made all parental decisions for her and taking care of her away from her biological parents. And then we can file for that petition. Could you tell us about your adoption journey, the adoption system, agency, and Samoa we used? Cost of adoption, relationship to Thessaly, requirements for the USA, and does Thessaly have dual citizenship?
That's 5 questions.
That's a lot of questions. Our adoption journey thus far. Now that we're out here, it's just us living life. But before, when I came back in September 2019, a month after baby was born, before I came, our good family friends, the Helgs, back in Utah, those are our friends, family, we love them. Their parents were staying out here at the time, so they told us I could come stay with them for the 9 days that I came to visit baby. In that time, they referred me to their family lawyer, which was Mareva Annandale Betham. She was a great lawyer for us. She knew the laws of adoption here in Samoa. She knew all the fees and all the paperwork that had to go into it. So it cost us 1,500 Western Samoan tala to do the adoption portion. This was to actually start the paperwork. There was a lot of other little things that we had to pay for along the way, but just adopting is 1,500 tala for one child. Now there is a law that if you adopt multiple children, it's kind of a package deal, so it's a little cheaper. Hence why people tend to adopt 2 or more kids. Now that stipulation is that that kid must be related and you can adopt them as long as before they turn 16. So had we adopted another sibling of Thessaly's, as long as they were under that age, we could for, I want to say, another $1,000. But we only wanted to adopt baby, so that's how much it cost us for that portion. Our relationship to Thessaly. Thessaly is my biological family. Everyone automatically assumes it's Ola because he's Samoan. But yeah, she's my biological, niece?
Niece.
Yeah, biologically, she's my niece. So her birth mom is my second cousin. And we are related on my grandfather's side, my mom's dad's side. Requirements for the U.S., this is why we're out here. This is why we have to live out here. This is not Samoa's law. This is the laws to gain legal citizenship for Thessaly to live in the U.S. So does that mean Thessaly have dual citizenship? No, she does not. Once we complete this process, as long as the U.S. accepts our evidence of us taking care of her and being her parents for the past 2 years and her being in our care, then she will gain citizenship to live in the United States. Now we've heard mixed things about people saying, oh, after your 2 years, you guys can take her back and then deal with the paperwork and the legal side then. We don't know if that's true. We're just waiting to hit our 2 mark, which we're almost to 8 months, so we're almost halfway there. And then we can start that paperwork, which why we were saying 4 years we have to live here is because it takes about 1 year to 2 years for that alien relative petition to go through its normal process. So it can take up to 4 years of us being out here. What is the process up to now with the adoption? We're completing our 2 years together physically, so we're 8 months in. How long did it take for our adoption to be approved in Samoa?
3 months. Trish came in September of 2019 and it was approved in December of 2019. So
Yep, 4 months. It
4
came
months.
on the day before Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve in America.
Christmas Eve in America.
Yeah.
It came.
So it was a great Christmas present. Our adoption decree was approved. Thessaly was legally ours in Samoa.
Since December 2019.
Yep. Is there a revision of adoption policies in Samoa? Is that true? Do we get to go home now? I have not heard of anything. Have you?
Let me talk to Auntie Fiame and see if she gives me more information about this information that you guys are telling me. And we'll get back to you on another Q&A about this.
You're already signing up for another Q&A.
I have to have a meeting with my auntie first before, because I don't know, unless you're related to my auntie too and you guys talk, then
You're so
maybe you can give me the answer.
Are adoption laws different for every country? Have you checked out any other lawyers who specialize in adoption? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Adoption laws are different for every country. The United States is the only one I know of.
It's difficult.
That's extremely difficult. For those of you who didn't know, because we were one of those people who didn't know, you have to be able to go to a country to even travel there. For instance, you have to have a visa to go to some of these places. Some you just have to have a passport and a returning ticket. So, if you want to come to Samoa and you live in the US, you can. You just cannot stay past 90 days unless you have citizenship here in this country. So whatever.
Everybody has to have a returning date
Yeah.
to whatever country you come from.
Unless you have a Samoan passport proving that you are a Samoan citizen, which we are. That's why we're here so long. The United States, there's only 2 ways to adopt from inter-country. You can look it up. It's a lot of reading, and honestly, some of the verbiage is difficult to understand. But, sorry, waiting for the party bus to leave.
Every bus is a party bus out here.
So the inter-country adoptions, there's 2 ways. One is you adopt from an orphanage or a child that has been abandoned, has no one to take care of them, no extended family member, no matter how extended. As long as you can prove that child does not have that, then they are considered an orphanage child. It costs more, and you have to go through an adoption agency in the US to start your paperwork and get a handler, and that can cost you thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. Have I spoken to any of the lawyers who specialize in adoptions? Lawyers specialize in domestic adoption, meaning adoption in the US. They do not help with inter-country adoptions. They hand that over to the handlers I was telling you about. So in the state of Utah, there was only 2 places, Wasatch Inter-Country Adoption or some international adoption. And then there was another one in Cedar City down south. So those were the only 2, and we went through the lady up in Ogden for the Wasatch Inter-Country Adoption. And because baby wasn't an orphan, there was no way of proving. Just because parents are poor here in Samoa is not a good reason to take a child and adopt them. The U.S. does not.
Even if they have
Horrible living
14,
circumstances.
16, 20 kids.
It's not a legitimate reason to adopt that child out. So we couldn't do that option. That's kind of,
Why we're out here.
yeah. right.
We weren't qualified for any of the two.
And baby wasn't. Baby
Adoption.
wasn't part of that. The other part of that is the alien relative petition. If you are related to that person and you would like to adopt them, and as long as they are under the age of 18 and unmarried, that's very important because people do marry super young out here. Some people do, yeah. Yeah, anyways, as long as they are under the age of 18 and not married, you can adopt them. But you have to prove that you have lived with them for 2 years. They've been in your care and you've made all the parental and financial decisions for this child, and then you can adopt them. So that's what we're doing. We didn't have the 2-year time requirement, and that's what we're fulfilling. Were both sides of your family supportive of your adoption?
For one, the adoption was brought up to us by her mom, so that was obvious support. No, but yeah, I wouldn't say they all support us. Some of them were worried about us, which is understandable.
Yeah.
They've known us only to live in America our whole lives, and to come to a different country that we know nothing about. Yes, it's our culture, but it's
Not our country.
It was not our country, and it's a culture shock for us to be in our own country. But yes, I want to say they're all supportive, and if they don't support them, what do you want?
No, I think people were just gonna miss us. Like we miss our families, we miss our friends, but everybody's been very supportive and emotionally supportive. Do we plan to adopt more kids? Ola tongs? Ola tongs are
Hey, I better not ever see anybody comment on this video using that name. There's only 2 people that are allowed to call me that. But no.
But no.
But no. Straight up answer is no.
Why?
Dude, don't let the videos of Thessaly fool you, okay? The girl is crazy. Nah, it's just, I don't know, I think I'm fine with my daughter. Yeah, I know she probably needs siblings and stuff, but I can be her dad and her big sibling too, so it's all good.
We're frenemies.
Yeah, so,
I, for one, always wanted more kids. Like I wanted.
but if
again.
we do adopt, we are not adopting from out here.
Yeah, I think we're
We
done.
might do it in the States if it became a possibility.
Yeah.
But
We're very
yeah,
content
we're-
with our one child who feels like 20 kids by herself with her mood swings. I wanted more kids, but after having Thessaly and how emotionally taxing it is,
emotional damage.
Emotional damage!
yeah, we don't, we're good. We're good for now.
Yeah, we're good for a long time.
Please no one bring your kids to us. What advice would you give to those planning and or going through adoption? What should they prepare for?
Adoption is a beautiful thing. If you know kids need a better life outside of wherever they're living or the situation that they're in, then if you're willing to adopt them, But as for us, it goes back to the previous question, like if we were to adopt again, it wouldn't be from Samoa. It would be in the States, just so we don't have to go through this whole process again. Because if you plan on adopting from Samoa, I know New Zealand and Australia are a lot easier to adopt from Samoa. But if you're from the States trying to adopt from Samoa, this is possibly the same route you guys are gonna have to go through.
I would say if you're coming out here as a single person, prepare mentally and emotionally. If you're coming out here as a couple to adopt, prepare emotionally in your marriage because it is difficult. It will test you. It will make you question every decision you've made this far. So make sure you're emotionally ready to take on this process. It's not easy. If you've never been to Samoa, or if you lived here as a kid, or wipe that all out of your mind. You're coming into a new country. You're coming into new economic state of Samoa. You're coming into a new generation. Things are not how it was when our parents were here, or our grandparents, or before that. Samoa has come up to modern ages, but still there's a lot of poverty. The daily challenges are here, and if you're not strong in your marriage, emotionally, spiritually, it's hard. If you're a first-time parent like we are, it's very difficult, because what you think you would do as a parent is way different than when you actually do as a parent. So prepare emotionally, whether you're coming out here by yourself, you're coming out here as a couple, or even worse, if you're coming out here, well, one of the parents have to stay back for work, providing. It's difficult on you emotionally. Another thing is, depending on the state the child is in, meaning if they're young, if they're susceptible to change, or if they're older. Some of you guys I know are trying to adopt nieces and nephews who have lost parents, or whose parents can't take care of them, or are living with grandparents or other family members who cannot bear the burden of taking care of another child to feed. Prepare for that trauma that that kid is going through. They may very well love the situation they're in, and they don't realize that you're trying to give them a better life. Like, these kids are going to go through trauma. Our kid has gone through so much trauma, and so have we, that we are trying to mend together, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So be patient. Be ready for the emotional roller coaster you're going to go on. Be prepared financially. People say Samoa's so easy, oh, rent's free, food's free. That is a lie. It is hard out here. We were blessed not to feel those financial burdens immediately, because we prepared for it. And the time frame we did prepare for was, we're hoping 6 to 8 months we would last. Well, guess what? We're at the end of that. And we have to work and make money just like everyone else living here. It is difficult. It is a small island. If things do not get imported in, if for some reason things are delayed on the boat, things run out very quickly here. And yeah, there's food that is grown here, but things have changed throughout the past decades.
A lot of things don't grow no more.
Yeah, so you really have to educate yourself. If you used to live here as a kid, or you remember things that used to, it may very well not be here anymore, or grow as abundantly as it used to. So keep those little things in mind, that there's a lot of change in Samoa. And if you haven't been here recently, be prepared to be financially ready for the move. We'll get more into the finances next. We are now going to change locations, find somewhere else. I think we'll try to get snacks because we're kind of full. If you're ever in Samoa, check out ENT's. They're amazing. Breakfast stack is my favorite. Their fish and chips are amazing here. Tiramisu, you gotta have it. And the service is great. So when you're in Samoa, check out ENT's. They're right by the bus pickup station here in town. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
It's a time.
Oh, I should probably
Right here.
the camera this
Yeah,
way.
when you, my Lulus.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh.
Beep, beep.
Hello. New Malulu. Mas você... Ano kasi ako mo. Feel legal. Fakala? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That is huge.
Oh, that's a big one.
This is pretty. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's leaking everywhere. Look at all these produce though. That's what I want to show. Do you want a mango? I want a mango. Where's our girl? Oh, there she is. She might have mango susu. Mango susu? Or... Okay, thank you. That's her.
Hey, your mom sister.
Oh, just one.
Do you have any ready?
It's ready, but it's just one.
Oh no. How about the other ones? How many?
I'll take it over for free. $3.
Yeah. We'll take it.
Take one.
All of it?
How many want?
Oh.
$3 each.
We'll just get 4.
Alofas.
So,
Thank you.
Hello.
Tatala.
What kind of mango is this?
I don't know, but it looks nice. We got 4 mangoes.
Get it off the way it looks.
Yeah, that's how we roll. We got 4 mangoes. They were 3 tala each. This is a new kind of mango. We haven't had this one. I had this huge new. New is a young coconut. This one you drink the juices. It's not like the old coconut where you get coconut milk from. 4 tala for this. That was the little food market, like fresh
That's the
produce.
Fresh produce market.
Yeah. It's nice. They got a lot of veggies and fruits and whatever's in season. Pumpkins right now. They have firewood, pineapples, cucumbers, tomatoes.
Green beans.
This wild, long green beans.
Greens, tomatoes.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams.
So yeah, we didn't want to get much. We're kind of full, but I wanted something cold. But this thing is massive. I haven't had the one this big.
Bruh.
Good antioxidant, so I'm not gonna try to drink it all right now. I'm gonna have a good antioxidant. We crack ourselves up. Yeah, mangoes and coconut. If you can't tell, we don't know how to do mukbangs. We suck at this. It is busy out and about. Here, let's show you guys.
Wednesday. Give me a favorite place. Go home, everybody.
Fun fact about Samoa, people wake up before the sun even comes up, get ready, and go out on the town to do whatever they have to do. Even if they have an appointment at 10, they are out of the house by 6, dressed and just waiting at wherever they have to be at until their time. And then people just be cruising, chilling, and they just all be out. And then in the evenings, it's like ghost town. Nobody, which is nice, but it's weird.
Just the drunk people.
Yeah, just the drunk people. And this might not look like it's that busy, but to us it's buzzing. Oh, they don't celebrate Halloween or Thanksgiving, so now it is all about Christmas. People are already starting to put out their Christmas decorations.
Playing Christmas songs.
Yeah, for the next 2 months. There's nobody there. Would it be trespassing?
They're just passing through, man.
If you guys can't tell, we're trying to find for somewhere. We're trying to find for somewhere to sit. Oh my gosh, it's hot. While Ola safely finds a location for us to park and enjoy the beautiful scenery of our van, we'll answer some questions. All right. Let's see. Have we seen baby's biological family in public and baby noticed or reacted? How do we or did we deal with it?
We only saw them once. Then we saw her biological brother when we were in Savati. We were gonna go check out the market in Savati when we were there. We pulled up to the market and all you see is this little kid just been calling our names, and I was just like, bro, how do you know? How do you know me, bro? But then Thessaly from her car seat sees him, and she kept saying his name, and she's like, oh, that's says his name. So then mom freaks out, and she's like, let's go. I don't want her to see anybody.
Yeah.
Because it was still fresh at the time.
This was our second, third month, whatever month we posted our crates video, that's when it happened. So to give some context to what he's saying, when our crates got in, we planned on giving baby's biological family, her siblings, and then clothes, food, whatever we can give. We had a lot of donations, and we wanted to share that with them because we knew they were less fortunate. And I had already promised them that. So I told them, you know, as soon as our crates come in, we'll plan for a time to come, and we did. We planned for a Saturday, and then we were gonna just spend the weekend in Savai'i and then come back home early morning Monday. So what happened was we get there. I went with Wa'i. Baby and Ola stayed at the hotel, swam and hung out there. We went there. I dropped it off. We took a huge shopping. I gave them some cash and just said, you know, thank you guys again. This is separate from the day we went and got baby. So this is us taking the clothes and stuff. So we didn't hang out long. Me and Wa'i stayed there for maybe about 30 minutes, and then we headed back to the hotel. The next day, we drove all the way around Savai'i, which was a long day. Then the next morning was Monday, but our boat wasn't until like 11 or something. So we had some time. We checked out of the hotel. We're like, oh, let's go check out the market. Similar to here, but on a smaller scale. And I was like, maybe we could buy some keepsakes from Savai'i. When we got there, you know, we're pulling up, and I was telling him, I think they hang out at the market a lot. And he was like, nah, they might not. And I was like, all right, well, let's just go. And literally, Ola's pulling into the parking spot, and this kid darts in the front of the van, and he's like running past, and he must have, from the corner of his eye, noticed Ola, and he stopped. And he just whipped his head around and looked at Ola, and he was like, his face lit up. He started waving, calling Ola's name, and then he started pointing and shouting to another person. And I'm like telling Ola, oh my gosh. Mind you, this is only 2 months into us having baby, and baby, that first 2 months was traumatic for all of us. It was very emotional. It was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, we almost gave up, and we're like, maybe we should give her back if she's going through this much. But there was a breakthrough. She started to come around, and she started to love her life, love being with us, and so did we. It got easier. So in that instance, I'm not gonna lie, I was selfish. I freaked out. I noticed who he was shouting to, and it was the biological dad. When that happened, I told Ola, I don't want to deal with it. Back up, let's go. And then the way baby was reacting, of wanting to see him, of wanting to go to them. Again, I was selfish, and I didn't want to have her revert back to how she was, crying for them. She used to ask for them all the time. At this 2.5 month mark, she stopped. She stopped asking about them. She started moving on with life, adapting to us. I didn't want to deal with it, which there was a little bit of that consequence, like, you can tell she was thinking about. So we backed up, we left, and you know, me and Ola argued about it, because it was like, how should have we reacted? Everybody has their opinions, but until you're in that moment and you have to fend for it, I was fighting for my child. That's how I felt. And her seeing them again, I didn't know what emotions that would conjure up in her little mind. And you could tell, like, the whole drive to, which isn't far, to the wharf from the Salelonga market, it was about 5-10 minute drive, and she was just sitting. She was quiet, and Thessaly is anything but quiet. She was just thinking about it.
Her mind was racing, and she was just like,
I know him.
I know that kid. You know what I mean?
And it was really hard for us.
And even at the wharf, her other
it's her biological brother, but he was adopted to another family. So her cousin,
he was at the wharf.
But she didn't recognize him the way she recognized her older brother. And this was an older brother that he's probably she's number 14. He's number
probably like
11. Yeah, 11. Yeah.
And then there was, you know, people were like saying,
hi to her.
Hi Thessaly, but
she didn't
recognize a lot of people.
So some of those people were figuring they were in her life for a short period of time, where she was either too young to remember them, or she didn't spend enough time with them. Whereas her siblings, she spent more time with them. But one thing, if you see my daughter and all her siblings, they all look the same. Crazy thing is, our baby is the lightest child out of all of them. She's my skin complexion. All her other siblings are Ola's skin complexion. So if that's not you have a beautiful skin complexion. What the hell? Anyways,
we were kissed by the sun, guys.
Kissed French kiss.
We're more like smacked by the sun.
But anyways, that's my honest truth. I wanted to protect my child from that emotional stress that obviously it did overcome her. And it only faced her for about a day or two, and then she was back to her normal self. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm very selfish. I want my child to love me. And that was the whole point of adopting. And that's one thing that you gotta remember is sometimes that's gonna be hard in an adoption. And if you're gonna say, oh, I'm not selfish that way, we'll see about it, you know?
Again.
I wanted to have...
Especially if it's only one kid.
Yeah.
If you have other kids, like, you know, your own kids, and then you adopt, I mean, it might be, I don't know, easier for some people, but for us, it's not easy because we only have her.
Yeah. We were determined to make her ours. Yeah, this is just one of those hard things where it's like, I've always talked to, me and Ola always talked about having that open communication. We talk about adoption openly. We don't talk about her biological family openly because we want to wait for her to get a little older for her to understand our reasoning. That's why we film, and that's why we document our lives together, and we push adoption because it needs to be spoken about openly. But as a parent, you choose when it's right for you to discuss it with your child. Nobody else should take that away from you. So in our case, we would rather wait till Thessaly.
So Thessaly?
Till Thessaly.
No, you sound like the teacher at the school.
Sorry, that was a long answer to that question.
Yeah, that was, man.
Okay, these
Whoever
ones...
asked that question, man.
It's very emotional. Emotional damage. Okay,
Yeah.
next one. Does baby ask for her bio family?
No, not anymore.
We
The
are
first-
her bio family.
The first 2.5 months. Yeah.
The
it
hardest
was-
part of our lives ever.
She asked like, I don't know,
Every
how many
hour.
times a day.
Almost every hour.
And our answers to that, it's not like, oh, we don't know, you know. We just tell her straight up, like, look, they're at their family's house.
And we refer to the bio mom as auntie, the bio dad as uncle,
Yeah.
her siblings as cousins. And we tell them that they're living at their home now and that they gotta go to work and they gotta do. And she was like, so I stay here with mom and dad? And yeah, babe. And she said, okay. But then the next hour.
Next day or next hour.
2 months.
Yeah.
60 days. All right.
60 days.
Does your family in Samoa adapt well to your way of living there? Do they ever try and question the way you raised Thessaly?
What was this?
This one is, we don't really have any close family.
Yeah.
My great uncle lives in Sava'i, and I don't get to talk to him as much, and we don't visit as much, but no one really has a say in how we raise our daughter.
If anything, the family that
our family we live with,
they don't
advise us.
Yeah, they advise us. It's not like they're interfering with the way we raised Thessaly. Like, you know, they've been parents too, so it's like
they're like amazing grandparents to
Yeah.
Thessaly. How any grandparents should be. Your parents are your
they kind
discipline.
of give Thessaly everything she wants. So
She's freaking spoiled.
So Thessaly kind of acts out a little bit when, you know, our family that we live with is there.
Oh,
She tries to get away with things that she gets away with when it's just them.
she could be a theater baby or an actress because
Yeah.
this kid is dramatic. Dramatic.
She's very good at it too.
Oh, she plays it off. So
Like
she gets
sometimes,
away.
you know, when we'll be eating dinner, or just like last night's dinner, I came to give the water canister, and she's like, "What are you doing over here?" You know,
He was supposed to go shower.
but it's one of those. She acts out when our family member that we live with is on the table with her.
Because they gonna save her.
Yeah, 'cause-
every time.
Yeah.
And then we get in the
this
room.
little girl, she gets away with a lot.
But she
But
is
they've
so
never
loved.
interfered or
Yeah.
questioned
They
the
just
way
advise us.
we raise her.
Me especially.
They advise mom over here
Because mom loses her mom crap every time.
to control it,
Yeah.
bring it down.
I have an issue. But I'm getting better.
And I'm the one with anger management. problems.
And he's a pushover. Oh, they get on my nerves. Him and his child. Anyways,
But
no one interferes.
No one interferes.
My mom likes to text me, especially on videos or when we go live or things like that. Is my princess okay? Yes, Mom. She's fine. My mom's always...
Yeah, and then like when we talk to family members, our friends in the States, no one ever's given us, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that, or maybe you should do this. Like, they just all love talking to her. And she has a problem with talking to people, so
yeah,
most of the time they just talk to us.
Like with her aunties or her uncles that she'll talk to, she has a hard time saying hi at first, and then when we turn the phone back to us, then she's like, wait, I want to say hi. Like, no, girl. She wants to do it on her terms. She's very defiant, that one, which goes against the grain with me. But yeah, she is loved. Are you guys allowed to take baby to the States for a holiday? We don't know. Let's just be honest. We don't know. We have something in the works we can't speak of. What a cliffhanger.
We will find a boat, guys.
If we can.
And we will sail these oceans.
We will let you know. He ain't sailing nowhere. Boy, stop it. We don't know.
Think I can sail?
I didn't say you can't sail. You don't even like the water.
Sail on, honey. Well,
Okay.
that's gonna be me paddling in the.
On the grass.
I'm gonna be like Moana.
Oh, I think they're kayaking. You ain't even got sea legs, dude.
Like, that way, guys.
Who's the guys with you? Because we ain't gonna be on a plane.
Well, your daughter's gonna be with me.
Oh no, man. Okay, give us a minute while we gather our other questions.
Before we gather our lives.
We'll be back.